Well, hello again, my little Leonardos, my mini Michelangelos, my pipsqueak Picassos. I woke up in this morning in a mood to draw, but I couldn't think of anything that I wanted to draw. And then I found the inspiration in something as simple as the letters D, O, G. And as you know, D, O, G spells cat. No, it doesn't spell cat, does it? It spells dog. And so I thought it would be kind of fun to take the letters D, O, G and turn them into a picture of a hippopotamus. No, not a hippopotamus. I thought I would turn those letters into a picture of a dog. So if you're in the mood to draw a picture of a dog with me, we'll get started together. Well, I hope you've got your pencil sharpened and you're ready to draw because I am fired up to get started. And I'm going to use a marker so that you can see my lines better, but you should start with a pencil. That way, if you make a mistake, you can erase it and fix it. And I'm going to begin my drawing with the letter D. That's this letter right here. And it starts with a circle and a line. And what I'm going to do is where I'm going to begin my next line where the straight line touches the circle. So if this is my circle and this is my straight line, I'm going to put my pencil right where those two shapes meet. Here's the circle, here's the line. I'm going to begin right here. And all I'm going to do is make a straight line that goes from the letter D to the next circle, which is the letter O. So go ahead and take your pencils now and just draw this short little line that goes from the D to the O. After I've done that, I'm going to go from my circle that's in the middle, which is my letter O, over to my last circle, which is the letter G. And I'm going to start not at the top and not in the middle, but somewhere between the top and the middle. In fact, if I were to pretend that this line goes right through the circle, that's where the next line is going to go. So wherever this is, not at the top, not the middle, but right here, I'm going to draw another short line that goes from the letter O to the letter G. And go ahead and do that now. My next step is to go back to my middle circle, the letter O, and right at the very top, right in the very middle, at the very top of my circle, I'm going to go all the way over to the letter G. And I'm going to make a curve that looks just like this circle, but it's going to look like it's covered up, like it's on the other side. If you can imagine that this is like a little ball, I'm going to draw another little ball that's behind this one. So it's going to look like part of it is covered up. And again, I'm going to start right here at the top, and I'm going to make that curve like a circle that goes over to my letter G. And whenever you're ready, go ahead and make that curve. Well, I had fun making that curve, and it was pretty easy, so I'm going to make another curve, except this time I'm going to go all the way back to my letter D, and I'm going to put it right at the very top. So I'm going to imagine what it looks like before I draw it, and I'm not going to make a little tiny curve. I'm going to go all the way from the top of my letter D all the way down to that first line that I made. So here I go. I'm starting at the top, nice big curve, and then I go back to the letter D. I like the way it looks, so I'm going to go ahead and make it a little bit darker. And whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and put that curve right on the top of your letter D. Well, now I don't know how easy it is for you to see what it is that I'm drawing here, or what we're drawing together, but these are my dog's ears, these are his eyes, and this is going to be his nose. And maybe it'll be easier to see that these are his eyes if we add the colored part of his eyes. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go back to my middle circle, that's the letter O, and I'm going to put another circle right here in the corner. It's not on the top, it's not on the side, it's here in the corner. And you can see it's quite a bit smaller than my letter O. I'm going to make another one that looks just like the circle I just drew in the corner of this curve. And to make it look even more like my dog's eyes, I'm going to color them in, but I'm going to leave a little white circle just to look like a twinkle. You don't have to leave a little twinkle if you don't want to. And afterwards, when we get out our colors, you can go over the coloring that you just did with crayon or color pencil in any kind of color that you want. Maybe your dog has got brown eyes, maybe he's got blue eyes or green eyes. After I finish the eyes, I'm going to go to his nose. This great big shape right here is his nose, and I'm going to go right to the bottom of the nose. Here's the circle. Here's a letter G right at the bottom of the circle. I'm going to go straight down until it gets to the curve. So you can see I'm going straight down, and then maybe right at the bottom, I'm going to give just a little bit of a curve. Not much, but just a little bit of a curve right here. It starts right at the bottom of the circle, and it goes straight down, and then it curves just a little bit at the bottom. So go ahead and take your pencil and draw this line right here. Well, like I said, now our dog has ears, eyes, a nose, and part of the mouth, but he needs his chin. So I'm going to start right at this spot where I drew my last line, and I'm going to make a curve that goes back towards his face, just like that. And now he has a chin. Well, we can't have his head just floating. It's got to have a neck to connect him to his body. So right along my chin, not all the way at the back, but I'm going to go to the end of the line and then come forward just a little bit, and then I'm going to come straight down only about an inch. Now an inch is not very long. It's maybe about half as long as your pinky. It's only about this big right here. So I only come down a little ways with that straight line. Well, this is the front of his neck. I have to draw a line to show the back of his neck. So right here at the bottom of my letter D, my first circle, which is also his ear, I'm going to draw a line that comes straight down. And I'm not going to go all the way to the bottom of my paper. I'm just going to go until it gets even with the front of his neck. So go ahead and draw that line. Well, I'm going to take a line and I'm going to connect the front of his neck to the back of his neck with a line that's pretty straight, but it's got maybe just a little bit of a curve to it. And if you draw it completely straight, that's fine. I gave mine just a little bit of a curve. But go ahead and draw a line that connects the back of his neck to the front of his neck. Now, if I draw another line that goes in the exact same direction as the line that I just made, it's the beginning of his collar. And part of the reason that he needs a collar is so that we can put a tag that has his name on it or her name. And you can name your dog anything that you want. You can name him after the dog that you actually have, if you have a dog, or you can name him what you would call your dog if you did have one, for those of you who don't have a dog. Well, the only thing that I have to do now to my dog picture is add maybe some detail and some color. Maybe I want to put some spots on him. Maybe I want to draw a little pattern on his collar. Maybe I want to write my dog's name on the tag. And when you color your dog, you can color him brown with black spots. He can be white with spots. He can be purple. He can be pink. He can be green. He can be any color that you want because it's your dog picture. But I hope that you take your time and you color neatly, because the way that you color your picture is just as important as the way that you draw it. And your drawing is going to look much, much better if you take your time and you color inside the lines and you fill in all those white spaces and you color as neatly as you can instead of just scribbling to hurry up and get it done. Now, there's nothing wrong with scribbling. Sometimes I love to scribble, but I know that you already know how to scribble. So what I would like to see is how neatly you can color when you put in your best effort. So I'm going to take some time to put my best effort in my coloring. And while I do that, why don't you go ahead and color your picture? Well, my doggy drawing is all finished. What do you think? What do you think? You like it? Well, I hope you like it. More importantly, I hope you like your drawing. And even more important than that, I hope you had fun doing your drawing. I can't wait to see your drawings. I can't wait to see all of you. But until we do get together again, stay creative, stay safe, stay Kruger strong. We'll see you soon.